Leading off for the Yankees, center fielder Trent Grisham. Batting second, second baseman Cody Bellinger.
All ones the count. Let's go, Mad Max.
And people that choked over the years.
Caught him looking for the K.
No, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
2 down, base is empty. And now the right fielder, Aaron Judge. Judge rips.
Launch that one into center.
Ben Rice stepping in now for the Yankees. This is another guy capable of hitting tape measure home runs. Close, but called a ball. Ball 1.
Well, you always want to come out in the first inning, try to put something up on the board. It's a big 2-out double right there. See if the cleanup man can drive him in and put a tally up there on the board.
A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
There's a strike.
So far, all we've seen in this at-bat are fastballs. Look for him to slow it down right here ahead in the count.
Judge at second with 2 down. Scherzer gets the punch out. 3rd out, and that ends the frame.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there. Sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
And we're back. And towing the slab, Carlos Rodon. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
Bo Bichette, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. Rodon, a 6'2 southpaw. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, a curve, and occasionally uses a cutter. Next offering upstairs. And a foul ball.
Three balls, 1 strike.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Center fielder Addison Barger.
So digging in, Addison Barger. Good power, not great in the OBP department. To the right side, base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Waste no time there. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
First and second, no outs. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. And that misses. And that's ball one. And that's in for a strike.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Check swing, called strike. Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Fights it off, he'll see another. Rodon fires. Vladdy Jr. strikes out.
Well, getting a good look at the pitcher here in the first inning isn't a bad thing. I know he struck out, but you can live with that as long as the other hitters in this lineup can learn something from it.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate.
He's been really clutch with runners in scoring position this season, so they'll have to be extra careful in this matchup.
Late swing fouled off.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Runners at first and second with one gone. That one finds the zone. No balls, two strikes.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Ball.
In the dirt.
Ball,
well
two
done
strikes.
behind the dish. Two on, one out. Backed off the plate that time. And it remains 2-2. Rodon sets and deals. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Nice stop. Throws from the seat of his pants. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Second inning set to go. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. Max Scherzer back to work. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
To the right side. On to first. One out in second.
Well, a low-throwing slider like that one can be tough to get in the air. Good downward break on that one.
Batting sixth, first baseman Paul Goldschmidt.
Paul Goldschmidt will climb in. And that one pulled foul. Right-hander kicks, deals. And a foul ball.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly with the timing. Sometimes you get a backup breaking ball. You're expecting it to make its move at the end. It never does, and you're tied up.
And that will fall. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Back against the wall with two
Batting
strikes,
seventh,
but found
left
a way.
fielder,
He got that
Jason
front foot
Dominguez.
down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
And up next for New York, Jason Dominguez. Ground ball left side, could be two. There's one. Over to first, safe.
Oh, we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
And now the DH, Anthony Volpe.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
Well, he threw that fastball right by him, gives him a little bit of confidence, but in the back of your mind, you got to think, is he trying to set me up for later in this at-bat?
And there's the ball. Dominguez off of first with two away. In there at the knees.
Ball two.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Just missed.
3-2, two out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. The Yanks leave one. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back now in Toronto, bottom of the inning. Now it's the DH, Nathan Lucas.
Nathan Lucas.
Rodon back to work. Ground ball to the right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Gets it there in time, though, and they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from him a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement. First pitch just misses. And another ball.
Not showing great command so far in this at-bat. 2-0 count. He's got to execute here or this could get ugly.
Next offering is down low. No score here in the second. Upstairs, and that is ball four.
Well, just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Here's Andres Jimenez. Singing he's never finished the season with more stolen bases in his entire career. Runner on the move, pitch in for a strike. Not in time, he's safe.
You know what? I like the aggressiveness right there. It looks like it's going to be tough to score in this one. Really good pitching so far. So why not try to put some pressure on him and see if you can steal the bag, get in the scoring position.
Rodon ready. Here comes.
That's a ball.
Patrick Johnson calling the balls and strikes.
Pretty standard zone for Johnson. Sometimes you might get a little jumpy, a little excited and expand the zone, but usually you at least feel like the pitcher on the mound is earning it, and that's important because you got to make players earn it.
Outside.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count is even 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Goldie makes the grab, 2 down.
Got the pitch that he wanted. Just a little bit quick. Front shoulder open. Backside collapsed a little bit, and the launch angle not where he needed it to be.
Jonathan Clase next up for the Blue Jays. That misses. 1-0.
Just missed with a good breaking ball in. Looking for that hitter to chase and perhaps get some weak contact or a swing and miss. Good job on both sides.
Not even close there. And the count is 2-0. Runner at second, 2 down. Bottom half of inning number 2. There's a strike, and it's 2-1.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Man on second, 2 down. There's a strike. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Man at second. Close one, doesn't get the call. Full count now.
And that's a pitch early in this game. He needs called for a strike. Struggling with command issues. He's got to get a little help from the umpire.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Right through there, got him. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. On to the 3rd inning. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Oswald Peraza. Max Scherzer goes to work. The shortstop takes the ball. Swings through that one for strike 1.
Oh, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Swings through that one, it's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
So the batter now will be Trent Grisham. Grounded out his first time up. That one finds the corner. 0-1. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And that one hops the wall. Into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
1 out, runner at second. Stepping in, DJ LeMahieu. Yeah, that's fouled off. Grisham over at second, one down. Foul ball there. And ball 1-2 LeMahieu.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
That one
That's a
missed.
Ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Scherzer deals. Stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Man, Max notches the K.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
It's Aaron Judge now. And that's through there for a strike. It's 0-1. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Springer on the move. And that is that. One left for the Yankees, and we are still scoreless. Back here at Rogers Center, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now for the Jays, Tyler Heineman. That's outside, and it's 1-0. That one fouled off. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays. Walk to open the ball game. In there for strike 1.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
On the ground, handled by LeMahieu. Over to first, 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, the center fielder, Addison Barger.
So 2 down now, and here is Addison Barger. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And that drops in for a strike.
This batter has to understand his job is to get on base however he can. If he gets hit by a pitch, if he walks, maybe even singles. But you want to get the heart of the order up to the plate.
Strike on the inside corner.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Going back on this one. Grabs it right up against the wall. Onto the fourth, still scoreless. Start of the fourth, and now the catcher comes up to him. Ben Rice.
Not only can he hit the cover off the ball, he's got a great eye as well.
And the first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
You know, these Yankees just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
That's down and in.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
So here's Scherzer.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
Scherzer gets the punch out, so he picks up his sixth strikeout of the ball game.
Well, he hadn't seen that changeup the entire at bat until that put-away pitch, and it's pretty tough to deal with as a hitter. You're up there battling, trying to read and react with two strikes, and then all of a sudden the pitch comes out of nowhere, and it's a good changeup. It's just almost impossible to hit it when you haven't seen it.
So up next, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Inside, just missed. Chisholm, 27 years old, and he was born in the Bahamas. Fourth inning underway, no score. Right through there for a strike. And now the count, 1-2 after the swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that one inside and it hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
First baseman,
And Paul Goldschmidt will come up to hit. A single his first time. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a foul straight back. Scherzer to first. Chisholm back in on a dive. Runner goes again. Cut on and lifted in the air. And that'll fall for a base hit. And no thought of testing that arm in right. Despite the runner moving on the pitch, it's now first and second.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Pretty good fastball location. Down and in on the corner, but that was just a nice job to handle it and hit it hard. Very tough spot to get the barrel to most of the time, though.
Next to hit, Jason Dominguez.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mound. This guy at the plate has been great hitting under pressure this year.
Swings through that.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Chisholm over at second. Goldie at first. One gone. And that one fouled off.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
And delivers outside. Runners at first and second with one gone. Top half of inning number 4. That one almost got him.
2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. And he's up to 7 strikeouts.
Just absolutely rolling on the mound. He's looking very much on his game in the early parts of this one, Boog. Fully on the attack with these hitters.
That's 7 strikeouts already, so he's got a good pace going, no doubt. Jimmy Volpe, the next to hit. Went down on strikes his first time through. Fouled off. He was late. Two on, two outs. That one is absolutely belted. That's got a chance. Leaps at the wall, but can't haul it in. One runs in. Relay throw. Safe at the plate. And they lead by 2.
Well, he was a little off balance. He got the front foot down, but was so great at keeping the hands back and allowed him still to get good wood to this baseball. Big one there as he drives in a couple of runs.
So, runner at second, 2 down. And stepping in for the Yankees, Oswald Peraza. He's 0 for 1. Pitch misses. Ball 1. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Next offering is fouled back. Scherzer ahead 1-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that is that. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. And it's 2-zip. Major League Baseball is on the show. And we're back. John Shabby and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And that one fouled off. Just off the outside edge.
Nope, that's the ball.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
That to right. And that'll get off into the seats. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Chisholm hauls it in for the out. And there's one away.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
And the batter is George Springer. He's 0 for 1. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Just missed.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And a 1-2. And there's a ball.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Nathan Lucas. That one catches the zone. Strike one.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And the count even 1-1. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Breaking ball misses down and away.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Next offering is fouled back. 2 down, nobody on. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Two outs, runner at first. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. Swinging a foul straight back. Lucas off of first with 2 away. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Brings it in, and that's the inning. 1 left for Toronto. They trail it here 2-0. All set for the start of the inning. Now here's Trent Grisham.
Center fielder Trent Grisham.
Scherzer back to work. That one's in there. 0-1. Foul ball. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Max Scherzer is done, and he kept him in it even though he's in line for the loss right now. New arm when we come back.
Now pitching.
The new pitcher in the game, Yariel Rodriguez.
29.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Up to the plate steps DJ LeMahieu. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Off the mark there, and that's ball 1.
Ball 2.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
The pitch to LeMahieu. And that is in for a strike. And it's 2-1 now. Activity in the bullpen. Chad Green appears to be getting loose.
Ball, that's in.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted
Now
in first base
right
with a
fielder,
quick free
Aaron
pass.
Judge.
First and second, no outs. And now big number 99, Aaron Judge, 1 for 2. That pitch gets the corner. That's strike 1.
Big at bat right here with an opportunity to do damage. But on the flip side, Ground ball, double play, strikeout. That could get the inning back under control on the mound.
Next pitch is outside. First and second, no outs. And we're at the top of the fifth. Swing and a miss.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Next offering way upstairs. First and second here, no outs. Pitch misses, and it's 3-2. Line drive, come on.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Ben Rice getting ready to hit.
It's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
And that's a little bit high. And that is ball one.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get two. Get out of this.
In the air, center field. And there are two down. Now the third baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
The 1-1 is fouled off. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people.
And there's the third out. That'll do it for the inning. Yanks strand a pair, but they hold the 2-0 lead. We head to the bottom of the fifth. And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez.
Andres Jimenez.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, these Blue Jays showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Starter's leash has to be getting tighter with his pitch count where it is, but so far he's been really effective in this one. You know, sometimes it just takes getting to the bullpen in order to be able to score runs, and that might be the case today.
The wide, the kick, and the 1-2. Hit in the air, left field. He's there. He's got it. And there's one down.
Now batting, left fielder, Jonathan
Clase. Next up for the Blue Jays. A switch hitter batting right. And a foul ball. And he hits a ground ball right side. Handles, throws to first, and there's two down.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
So up next for Toronto, Tyler Heineman. His first at-bat was a strikeout. And that one upstairs. 2 out, space is empty. And now 2-0.
That's inside.
They say you win.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
And it remains 2-2. 2 outs. There's a swing and a drive. Way back there. Fielding for the wall. Makes the catch in foul ground. Top 6. And stepping in for the Yankees, Paul Goldschmidt. And the first offering a fastball for a strike.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
That catches the outside corner, and it's 0-2.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
That one well upstairs. 1-2 to count. Line drive. That's a hit. And a good start to the inning.
Now batting, left fielder, Jason Dominguez.
So digging in, Jason Dominguez. Runner on the go. And there's a foul ball. Goldie on at first. Nobody out. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. On the ground, right side, and that's just foul. That's inside, and it's 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Runner at first with no outs here. And that's too high.
2 strikes.
That one misses, and the count is filled up. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Dives, can't get it. It's a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
First and second, no outs. And next is the designated hitter, Anthony Volpe. Outside with a breaking ball.
You know, these Yankees doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. They've done a great job finding holes in the defense. Exactly half of their hits have come off the bat less than 90 miles per hour. So the ball isn't exactly jumping off the lumber, but they're finding a way to make it work.
This ball's chopped on the ground. Now one gone in the top of the 6th.
Boog, that's a good at bat simply because they found a way to move both runners up a base. Now they're in a really good spot with 2 runners in scoring position.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Yariel Rodriguez gives way, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching.
Chad Green ready to go.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
The batter will be the shortstop, Oswald Peraza. Golden opportunity right here. Next pitch way upstairs. Right through there for a strike. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Yeah, that's ball 2.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Second and third here. One away. That one down the line, and it goes just foul.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Two on, one out. And now it's 3 and 2.
In this situation, he's trying to get you to pop something up or jam you. That's a really good take, knowing you got an opportunity to drive in a run here.
And that'll load the bases.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
So the batting order turns over. Now it's Trent Grisham to the plate. There's a swing and a miss.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Toronto's bullpen with some action. Brendan Little, a lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Fisher, a right-hander, loosening up as well. And fouled off. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. And when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Now it's LeMahieu up to hit, and that drops in for a strike.
0-1.
Swings through that one.
Two pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter in an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. All loaded up, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Just misses with that one.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Here's a 1-2. And that just misses.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. So the Jays' pen does its job nicely there. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Yankees 2 and the Jays nothing. Bottom of the 6th inning, and now Mlb The Show.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
Dives, and he can't hang on. Now he gets it to the pitcher covering the bag, and they get it out of the play.
The center fielder, Addison Barger.
And next for Toronto, Addison Barger. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Not close with that one. And now it's even 1-1. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
And that's outside. Outside, and that is ball 4.
It feels to me like his time on the mound is running short, starting to show some signs of fatigue. So we'll see how much longer they let him go.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now 0 for 2 in this one. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. Pitch is in there. Strike 1.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
Pitch is in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Now snap throw to first. Throws it away. Tag, and they got him. So an error on the play, but they get the out anyway. Two down, nobody on. Close, but call the ball. And it's 2-1. Two outs. Pitch in the dirt. Full count, 3-2. Good job to fight that one off. On the ground to third, and it gets by him.
Up next for the Blue Jays.
Here's George Springer. His home and away splits there.
Springer.
In there at the knees, and it's 0-1. In the dirt, blocked. Falling behind 2-1.
Now just about to hit that century mark, 100 pitches for this game.
Up and
That's
in,
ball three.
and now 3-1.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
Next offering is fouled back. With the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the sixth. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Well, he's been in a very giving mood today.
Now batting.
First and second, 2 outs. Next is the designated hitter, Nathan Lucas. Fought off foul. Hit in the air out to center field. Grisham. He's got it. And that is the third out of the inning. Blue Jays leave a pair. They're still down. It's 2-0. Welcome back. We're in the seventh. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Brendan Little.
He's throwing the ball very well overall this season. He's been really tough to get to. You see that ERA, and that's where you love to be.
Now it's Aaron Judge up to the plate. 1 for 3.
Aaron Judge.
Outside low. 1-0. Little, a lefty who lights up the radar gun. He features a sinker, a curve, and occasionally uses a cutter. And that's downstairs. 2-0. And that is out of play. Now one missed. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Ben Rice stepping in now for the Yankees. 0 for 3 in this one. And a foul ball. Next offering is in for a strike. That one ran inside, almost got him. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And one away.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick because word will get around the league in a hurry.
And next for New York, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Grounder might be 2. Clement over to second, relay to Guerrero in time, inning-ending double play. So no runs in the inning despite the leadoff walk, and that does it. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Yankees 2 and the Jays nothing.
Now pitching for
We're
New
back
York.
in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jonathan Loaisiga.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Leading
And now
off
for the Jays, Ernie Clement.
Third baseman, Ernie Clement.
And there's a strike.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least 1 run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
just missed.
That's ball 2.
That's inside.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Loizaga fires, and that's ball 4. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with the free pass.
And now it's going to be Andres Jimenez. That one close, rule the ball. Ball 1. Activity in the bullpen for the Yankees. Tim Hill preparing to come on if needed. Cruz warming up as well.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important at getting back into this ballgame.
And a count 1-2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base. Trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. The tying run at the plate. Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
And here is Jonathan Clase. Swings and misses. And that's strike 1. With the tying run at the plate, here the bottom of the 7th. And that one is downstairs. And that's ball 1.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Tying run at the plate. And that's fouled off. That one not close. 2-2. Man at first, 1 away. Tried to check his swing. Appeal to third. Yes, he did. Down he goes on strikes. And here comes the Yankees manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Jonathan Loizaga won't go any further tonight. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching.
Tim Hill gets the ball now.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Here's the catcher to hit, Tyler Heineman.
Well, both sides equally as strong, so not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
Lifted in the air, right center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. And they hold him at third. 90 feet away with 2 out.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. You know what they say, he couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there. Really important at bat coming up now.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. Close, but called a ball. Ball one. Clement, the runner at third. Heineman on at first with 2 down. That one hooked foul. Late swing fouled off. Liner, and this could be trouble. One runs in. Headed for the plate. He scores to tie it up. It's 2-2.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. So the go-ahead run is into scoring position. Now the number 2 hitter, Addison Barger. And that one fouled off.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
2 down, go-ahead run in scoring position.
Inside, ball one.
And a count 1-2. Man on second, 2 down. And now 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Runner at second, 2 down. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And downstairs.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Out to short. Whips it across. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. And we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Back after this on the show. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Nick Sandlin.
Now pitching for the Blue Jays, number 52, Nick Sandlin.
And here's Paul
Leading off
Goldschmidt.
for the
3 for 3
Yankees,
with 3
first baseman
singles.
Paul Goldschmidt.
Tap foul at the plate. Outside low. 1-1. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Jeff Hoffman, the closer of the staff, is throwing. Fisher also throwing. Line drive, base hit.
Just so sound in his mechanics.
Now
Hits against a
left fielder,
firm front
Jason
side,
Dominguez.
and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Go ahead run on base. Jason Dominguez stepping in now for the Yankees. Just missed. Next offering in there for a strike. And a count 1-1. right through there for a strike.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
This to third. There's one. Relay to first. Double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Anthony Volpe stepping in now for the Yankees. Swinging a foul out of play. Foul ball still 0-2. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. This one in the air center field. Barger settles underneath it. And that is that. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Hill back to work. Just missed.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
Vlad swings, drives one deep left field. That one is back. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Well, off the bat, I thought for sure it had enough to get out of here, but that wind's kind of blowing in from left, and I think that's what made the difference.
George Springer next up for the Blue Jays. There's a strike.
0-1's the count.
On the ground to first. And he takes it himself for the out.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Nathan Lucas. And ball one. All tied up here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Fouled off. He was late. That missed by a lot. Now 2 balls and a strike. Next offering is fouled back. Gets under it and pops it up. Drops into the glove, and that is the inning. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. Score remains 2-2. New inning getting started. So just about set. And today's starter, Max Scherzer. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They could move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one. Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Right through there for a strike. Swing and a ground ball. Throws to first in time. And the first out of the game is an easy one. As we take a look now at the New York Yankees lineup. All right, Singy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team. And I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Cody Bellinger stands in now and watches strike one.
I understand you want to try to gauge that guy's fastball, but you also have to be aggressive and ready to hit in your zone. Now you're in a tough spot.
Scherzer winds, kicks, fires. And now 1 and 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Pitch misses, and it's 2 and 2. 1 out, bases empty. That's off the mark, and that's ball 3. Out towards right center. That's well struck. This one could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. Bellinger around second, on his way to third. The relay, the tag, and he's out trying for 3.
Absolutely perfect execution of the relay right there to cut him down at third. He probably should have shut it down at second base and been happy with the double, but it took a great play to get him. You just have to tip your cap.
2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Aaron Judge. Misses inside. And that's ball 1. Scherzer, over 200 career wins. He joined the team as a free agent. And that one fouled off. Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball.
2 outs, base is empty. Swings and misses, struck him out. So the Yanks go in order. And now the Blue Jays will get their initial shot. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back now in Toronto. The lefty on the mound for the Yankees, Carlos Rodon. Chris, he's got the ability to take control of a game when he's out there.
Well, incredible mound presence, and he's going to attack hitters. You look at that strikeout per 9 ratio over 10 coming into this start. So he's a pitcher that wants the ball. He's aggressive. He knows that he can get the swing and miss, especially when he needs it most. We'll see how effective he is in this one.
We go to the bottom of the first. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Fastball for a strike.
0-1.
The lefty fires. And that's outside.
That ball went out.
Swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Misses outside, 2 and 2. Upstairs. On the ground to the left, Chisholm. Tosses to first. 1 gone, bottom half of the first. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. And we check out the guy in the 7th spot, Andres Jimenez.
Well, these days we know teams, they put a game plan together for every hitter in a lineup. But a guy like this, they circle him, make sure he doesn't beat you. So they put in a little extra time and effort on how they're going to approach him. He can be a huge difference maker when he's hot. So it's going to be fun to see how they try to work him right here.
And first offering is fouled off. In the air, left field, down the line, and that is foul. One down, base is empty. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That misses. It's a ball and 2 strikes. That one missing inside. Outside. On the ground. And foul ball. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Rodon ready. Here comes. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in there, and it's 0-1.
I love the fact that we've seen both Vladimir Guerrero and Vladdy Jr. win the home run derby. They're the first father-son duo to ever win it. Vladdy back in 2007 and Vladdy Jr. in 2023. Even though his dad didn't give him any advice for the event other than to go out there and hit home runs.
Barger stands at first with 1 out. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. And first offering is fouled off. Outside with a breaking ball. Off the mark there. Now 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Grisham trying to get there. Makes the grab. That is the inning. Blue Jays held in check. Scoreless after 1. Top of the second, stepping in the long ball threat, Ben Rice. Max Scherzer back to work. That misses, and it's 1-0. And there's a foul ball. Way out front for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's a strikeout. Second of the game for Mad Max.
Stood absolutely absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in, kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
That one fouled off. Second inning here, no score. Next offering is fouled back. And that one missing low.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Scherzer deals. That misses the zone. 3-2 now. Up the middle, and that one handled. Jump throw, and very nicely done for the out.
Batting sixth, first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Here is Goldschmidt.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate, under the Mendoza line so far this month.
That one's in there, 0-1. Two down, nobody on. He swings and fouls one off. Swing and a ball line to center. And a base hit right there. So a two-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his
Batting
bat
seventh,
stays
left
in the
fielder,
zone
Jason
on plane for an
Dominguez.
extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder. Back-to-back singles, really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
First and second, two outs. And now Anthony Volpe. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. 0-1. And that's down and away. In the air, left side. Brings it in, and that's the third out. Yanks strand a pair. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Leading off, Nathan Lucas.
Hitter, Nathan Lucas.
Rodon back to work. Just missed. And that one hit to first. A flip to the pitcher covering. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it, got the ground ball.
Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And that's a fair ball.
was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
One down. Here's Andres Jimenez. Close one, doesn't get the call.
1-0.
Ball one. Rodon fires. That one finds the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Foul ball there. Step off throw to first. Dives back out.
So much for their first hit right there. Good move, and he had him leaning all the way.
Two outs. Foul ball still a 1-2 count.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. And that's downstairs and outside. Fights it off, he'll see another. Got him swinging. Down in order go the Blue Jays. We'll move to the third with no score. Back here at Rogers Center, here's the shortstop at the plate. Oswald Peraza. Max Scherzer goes to work. That finds the mark on the inside corner.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time, a little anxious.
Trent Grisham stepping in now for the Yankees. Grounded out his first time. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. One down, base is empty. And a breaking ball misses outside. Ripped to short. Sends it to first. That takes care of Grisham.
Batting second. Second baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
Here's DJ LeMahieu taking his first at bat of the game after entering on defense. That clips the corner. Top of the third, no score. And a swing and a miss there.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
And that is downstairs. Going to count 1-2. gets a piece and stays alive. Fights that one away, still 1-2. And the slider just misses. And he swings over the top there. Heineman gathers, throws the first, and it's in time for the third out, so that'll end the inning. Home half of the third coming up. No score. As we go to the last of the third, here's the left fielder, Jonathan Clase. Fought off foul. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
And here's the catcher, Tyler Heineman. That's towards center. Grisham sizing this one up. Squeezes it. One away.
Now batting, shortstop, Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Base hit right there. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Now, Addison Barger walked his first time. Fastball is outside.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Rodon sets and deals. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
That clips a corner. Just missed. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And they're all loaded up.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. A game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
So up next, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. struck out swinging his first time. Rolled to short, possible 2-ball. Flips to second, that's one. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning.
Just trying to sneak one through with the bases loaded, but an excellent job by the defense to turn that one and get out of this jam.
And we're back.
Leading
Aaron
off for the
Judge
Yankees,
at the plate.
right fielder,
If you
Aaron
don't get ahead in
Judge.
the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Outside low, and that's ball 1.
You know, these Yankees, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Sends it across to first, Leadoff
Up
hitter
next
retired in the
for
fourth.
the Yankees, catcher Ben Rice.
Ben Rice will hit next. Struck out swinging his first time. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Puts it away for the out. 2 away down.
Now batting, third baseman Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Now at the plate, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Grounded out his first time up. Chisholm, 27 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Just missed.
Counts 1-0.
Pitch misses there, and that's ball 2.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire's strike zone.
And it's fouled away. Fastball for a strike. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. Jazz goes down on strikes. Yanks held in check. Still no score. Back now in Toronto. Bottom 4. And the batter now, George Springer.
George Springer.
That one's in there. 0-1. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball. Just blown away in that at-bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at-bat like that as a hitter other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Nathan Lucas next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 1. He grounded out to first his last time. Just missed. And that gets the inside corner for a strike. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Hit in the air, center field. Grisham. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman.
So digging in, Ernie Clement. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Foul ball. And now the 0-1. And there's the ball.
Ball, that's inside.
Out towards right center field. Judge getting an angle on it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Through 4, still tied. Zip, zip. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready now for the 5th inning. And stepping in for the Yankees, Paul Goldschmidt. Scherzer back to work. That's off the inside corner. And that is ball one.
You know, these Yankees just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Guerrero steps on the bag, and
Up
the leadoff man
next for
set
the
down in
Yankees,
their half of the
left
fifth.
fielder Jason Dominguez.
And up next for New York, Jason Dominguez. And he's already singled in this game.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
That smash towards center. Nabs it, and a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Anthony
In now is the
Volpe.
Yankees DH, Anthony Volpe. Inside, just missed. Two down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the fifth. And
That's
another
a
ball. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Well, he went inside a couple of times, and now outside, hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
And that drops in for a strike. Two outs.
Count full.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. That one is
Nope, that's
inside
ball
ball
four. Take your
four, and I mean, oh, so close. It wasn't
Now
easy,
batting,
but he earned that walk
Shortstop,
after a long
Oswald
at-bat.
Peraza.
Go ahead, run on base, and the batter will be the shortstop, Oswald Peraza. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Slider clips the corner.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
That one misses, and it's a ball and a strike. Scherzer to first, and he's back in on a dive. And that's a little bit high, and the count's even at 2. Volpe leads off first with 2 down to the inning. And a swing and a miss. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. The Yanks lead 1, and we're still knotted at 0. Back here at Rogers Center,
Leading
bottom
off
of the
for
inning. And now for the Jays,
second
Andres
baseman,
Jimenez.
Andres Jimenez.
First pitch misses.
Well, these Jays just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them. So,
Can't pick it up cleanly. Still able to fire over, and it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out.
Left fielder,
Jonathan
Clase.
Clase digs in now. A single his first time.
sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have runners in scoring position because they put themselves there.
One down, base is empty. That misses the zone, and a count 1-2.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
Outside corner, got him looking.
Set him down on strikes on just 4 pitches that time, and this was just classic east-west pitching, and that's not as common these days. They went in, away, in, and then back away for the called third strike, and that kind of pitching makes it tough on you as a hitter to know where to look, especially with 2 strikes.
Here's the Toronto catcher, Tyler Heineman. Right through there for a strike. Missed inside with the curve. All tied up. Last half of inning number 5. Late on that fastball.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Ground ball up the middle. LeMahieu is there. Throws to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays, and we are still scoreless. On the mound now, Yariel Rodriguez.
He's having a ton of success facing left-handed hitters this season, so this seems like a smart move to turn to him with a lefty at the plate.
Back to the top of the Yankee order, and now the center fielder, Trent Grisham. He's grounded out a couple of times. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Action in the pen down there. Brendan Little, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. Sandlin also getting ready. And that one hammered. Barker going back. And it's off the wall. Runner holds at second, so another base hit could get us the first run of the game.
All over that one right there. Loud contact, leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
And now it's DJ LeMahieu digging in. 0 for 1 so far. And fouled off.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Man at second. Line drive, that's a base hit. Save! And the go-ahead runs at third.
Well, that's a smart decision to hold up with 1 out and the heart of the order coming up. Don't want to run into an out at home plate.
So, runners at the corners, nobody out. Here is Aaron Judge. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals. With the go-ahead run at third, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Now 1-1. 1-1. And that's outside. Judge waits. That one finds the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. No outs. Runners at first and third. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. No swing. Just held it back there. fastball.
So far, just one of those days for this lineup. You get a couple of runners on, and you're looking at having a big inning, and that strikeout right there just pours water on the fire. You look for the next hitter to step up and try to do something, pick up his teammate and his club.
Now here's the Yankees cleanup hitter, Ben Rice. Late swing, foul to the left. And that one fouled off.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
That's too low. And the count is 1-2.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Ripped on a line to center. Drops into the glove. Runner tags for home. The relay, not in time. He's safe as a run scores on the play.
That wasn't your standard sac fly. He barreled that baseball, just couldn't get it to drop in.
And next for New York, Jazz Chisholm Jr. 0 for 2 in this one. And that one misses up and in. 1-0.
No strike.
Smash to the left side. Out number 3. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. Yankees 1 and the Jays nothing. And we're back. John Shelby with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Bo Bichette. First pitch just misses.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
That's in there, and it's 1-2.
He's gone off speed. He needs to elevate here with 2 strikes out of the zone.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Now a chance for Addison Barger. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
One down, base is empty. That one way outside. Now 1-2.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
That one just misses. Next pitch misses outside, and that's ball 3. That one lifted to left. Dominguez gets under it, makes the catch for the out, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero.
Now here is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. one smoked, could be trouble. Around first and hustling for second. And the double puts the tying run in scoring position with 2 away.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. That ball was drilled 106 off the bat, and that's the kind of feedback that tells you you're right where you want to be with your swing mechanics. Now a pretty big at-bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
So, runner at second, 2 down. And the batter is George Springer. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball 1.
Yeah, his swing is so good, it's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
With the tying run at second here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss as he was late.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And the strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Blue Jays down a run. Good eye right there.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So that's a good take by him.
Nathan Lucas in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Pretty good pitch on 3-2, right around the knees, but just no help from the umpire.
Designated hitter, Nathan
First and second,
Lucas.
2 outs. So up next for Toronto, Nathan Lucas.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
Line drive, base hit. Vladdy coming around third. He comes across to score, and the Blue Jays tie it up. And it's an RBI single. It's 1-1.
Well, that at bat had a lot of pressure riding on it, so really great job coming through right there. It's got to feel good. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
Clement in the box now, takes strike 1. 2 on, 2 outs. And it's fouled off. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Pitch misses there, and it's 1-2. Fastball is outside. That one 95 to finish him off. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. All even now at 1-1. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Nick Sandlin.
Now pitching for the Blue Jays, number 52, Nick Sandlin.
Now it's Goldschmidt up to the plate.
Yankees,
1 for 2.
First baseman Paul Goldschmidt.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Sandlin goes 5 feet 11 inches, 28 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2018. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the Goldschmidt goes deep. His 9th homer of the year, and just like that, they're out front. It's 2-1. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself. At bat after at bat, he's that confident.
So, Singy, this is a little bit of a surprise. A guy known for line drives hits one over the fence.
Well, if you're a little too early, you'll get some elevation in the ball, get out of the ballpark. For him, it's kind of a mistake. But you know what? When you have such a good approach, every now and then you're going to run into one.
Now it's the switch-hitting outfielder, Jason Dominguez. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Next offering is in for a strike. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here, the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a splitter.
That was a nice sequence for the quick strikeout. Change speeds with each pitch, splitter, fastball, splitter. That leaves you kind of shaking your head as a hitter heading back to the dugout. Sometimes all you can do is tip your cap because unless you're guessing one of those, you're stuck in the middle, and it becomes very tough to put a good swing on the ball, let alone make contact.
Now up is the Yankees DH, Anthony Volpe. And a foul ball. That's in there, and it's 0-2.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Next pitch is downstairs.
1 ball, 2 strikes, down.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Up the middle, Jimenez. To first, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, shortstop, Oswald Peraza.
So 2 down now, and here is Oswald Peraza, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And first offering is fouled off. Swings through that.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Popped up, middle of the diamond. And that is that. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. You're dialed into the show.
Pitching for
We're
New
back
York.
in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Tim Hill. He last pitched 2 days ago. So digging in, Andres Jimenez. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offensive side for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2. On the inside corner for called strike 3. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you get the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Now the left fielder, Jonathan Clase. That's a little bit low.
Ball 1, no strike.
trying to hold a one-run lead here in the bottom of the seventh. So 2 balls and no strikes. Movement in the bullpen. Jonathan Loaisiga getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Cruz getting loose as well. And he lays down a bunt. He's safe on with a bunt single.
It doesn't surprise anyone when he gets on base by dropping down a bunt. I mean, this is just the latest example of him using his speed to his advantage and showing off his skills with the bat. That was very nice.
Now the catcher up to hit, Tyler Heineman. Just off the inside edge.
This is a good situation if you want to try to steal a base. 9-hitter when you're about to turn this lineup over. So get a little momentum as you turn it over.
Next offering upstairs. Chris with that distraction and a speedy guy at first. He's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
Ground ball right side, and that's a foul ball. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Now 3-1.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Clase, the base runner at first with 1 out. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Walks out of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum very quickly. They're in some hot water trying to protect this lead.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. 1 for 3. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, he's already in some trouble, and falling behind in the count makes it even worse. Then you've got to throw the ball over more of the plate, and that's where they can really do damage against a guy like this.
The shortstop takes the ball. So the tying run at second. That's to third. Chisholm fired to second. Double play. They can't seem to break through. Inning over.
Poetry in motion there as the second baseman turns the double play. Nice throw to first, and that's the way to end the inning.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Brendan Little. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters. Here's the Yankees leadoff hitter, Trent Grisham.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
Close, but called a ball. And it's 1-0.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
And now 2-0. Curve in the dirt.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
Up to the plate steps DJ LeMahieu. Puts a bunt down. Got him on the off-balance throw. First out in the top of the 8th.
Well, just doing his part right there, trying to move that runner in a scoring position. Got it down successfully. Now we'll see if they can drive him in from second.
Now it's the right fielder, Aaron Judge. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because he can turn it. Intentional walk coming here, and that sets up the double play possibility with 1 away and runners at first and second. 2 on, 1 out. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Ben Rice.
We just might be talking about this at bat in our post-game wrap. He's proven he can drive in runs in these spots.
in the dirt. Nice job behind the plate there. Toronto's bullpen with some action. Braden Fisher getting ready to go. Green warming up as well. Runners at first and second with one gone, and we're in the top of the eighth. And it's even up.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2 to Jimenez. What a double play that was. Inning over. So they're able to work around a pair of walks in the inning. Last half of the eighth coming up. It's the Yankees 2 and the Blue Jays 1. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth.
Now
Jonathan Loaisiga.
Well, he's had trouble at times keeping the ball in the park this season. Something to keep in mind here.
Well, one-run game. Now here is Addison Barger. He's 0 for 1. Hard ground ball, base 9. And the tying run is on with a leadoff single.
Always feels amazing getting the job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
And the batter now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Activity in the bullpen. Ray McVay, the closer, is getting ready and perhaps looking at a long save opportunity here. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. And it falls. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Now they've got to find a way to get the job done. Tying run at third, less than 2. This is a huge at-bat coming up.
Here's George Springer. That one misses. Ball 1. Swing and a ground ball. Oh, great stop. And he's safe as the run scores from third.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
And here comes the Yankees manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Jonathan Loaisiga departs, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching.
New pitcher on here, Fernando Cruz.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
Nathan Lucas next up for the Blue Jays.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
And a big swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
Just missed. Back Back and forth we go, a seesaw battle in the late stages of this one. And 1-2.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
That misses the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
That one just misses, and that's ball 3.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter. At this point in the ball game, you know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
That one is absolutely belted. Into the corner, but foul. And that'll load the bases.
Now that sets up a really big at bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement.
Boog, this has been a good one. A really good game to this point, and huge opportunity with the bases loaded.
First pitch, and he just misses.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Out there to center. Grisham sprinting for this one. Makes a nice grab at a full sprint. And there's one away.
Nothing instills more confidence in a team than a center fielder who makes a great play like that on the run. They can feed off the energy he brings just from his playmaking abilities.
Andres Jimenez now at the plate. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And there's no doubt that they'll feed off the energy from this crowd, right?
I mean, yeah, I'd say the intensity level has gone up a few notches for sure.
In the dirt, and that is ball 1.
Well, this is a critical spot for both the pitcher and the hitter. You can learn a lot about a guy by how he handles these pressure situations.
The 1-0. In the air, right side. And that's out of play, a foul ball.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Swung on, belted. That one back. Jumps, but it's off his glove. One runs in.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
So bases loaded with 1 away. And now, Jonathan Clase. He's one of the faster guys just by pure sprint speed in the majors. Grounded to third, could be 2. Throws to first in time. So up next, Tyler Heineman.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
First pitch, and that's in for a strike. The other way, Chisholm. Tosses to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. So they get 3 and jump ahead late. 9th inning coming up. It's the Blue Jays 4 and the Yankees 2.
Now pitching.
Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. stepping in now for the Yankees. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Misses off the plate. And that's ball 1. The Yankees looking to rally. Out to short. Bichette tosses to first. 1 up, 1 down.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
He's 2 outs away. Paul Goldschmidt stepping in now for the Yankees. He's already homered here in this one. Outside low, and that's ball 1. The Jays leading by 2 here at the top of the 9th. That one ripped, but foul. That misses the zone, and it's 2-1. And a swing and a miss.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
The kick, the 3-2. Out to short, Bichette. Whips it to first, and they get Goldschmidt for the out.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
So last chance for the Yankees, Jason Dominguez, the next to hit.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
See the velocity, 97 with that fastball. That one pushed to the left and foul. The Yanks down to their final strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game.
All these players were able to take the lead in the bottom of the 8th and just cruise to this win, getting those final 3 outs in the top of the 9th. Excellent job of securing your home field and keeping the fans in the ball game all the way to the end. Nice W all the way around.
And your final 4-2 for Chris Singleton and our